Are you ready?
Yep, go.
You tuned in to a dime's worth. Yo, what's going on? This is DJ Paradigm. Thank you for tuning into a dime's worth again. This episode, I'm really gonna talk about how to get free. So tune in, like, subscribe, coming right up right now. Peace. Alright, so thank you guys for tuning back in. A lot of times throughout my career, of course, I was getting a lot of free stuff. Whether it was clothes, watches, hats, shoes, pants, whatever. I was getting a lot of free gear. And a lot of times people always ask, hey man, can I get some of that free stuff? How do I get this? Or, how do I get in with these companies, these brands, these people? How do I get in? And the main thing is, to get free stuff, you have to be very personable. All right, so we're gonna talk about how to be personable, what type of emails to send, what to talk about as far as being able to relate to people, and really how to get them to send you free stuff. So first up, how to get in a situation where you can get, whether it's free gear, free equipment, free clothes, anything, any type of brand. Really, you want to do some research. That's the first thing. So you want to kind of do some research on some local brands or some brands that aren't super big. All right. If you're a upcoming DJ, producer, whatever, really it's going to be hard to find somebody at Nike. Really, it's going to be hard to find somebody at Adidas, or whoever first. So definitely look to smaller brands. And really, when you're looking at smaller brands, look for local brands. Local brands that, support local artists, local DJs. And when you get to them, what you really need to do is find an email, a contact, any type of way you can get in touch with them. I really wouldn't call them at first, but definitely an email or any type of Instagram, DM, whatever type of contact. And that's how you get in there first. But do a little bit of research on them. Make sure it's a brand that's gonna fit and kind of just coincide with what you're doing, whether it's music, and just make sure it's something that you wanna wear, something you wanna have on. Just as a example, I was at one point getting a lot of free watches. When I mean free watches, I was getting boxes of watches. And the way that I got in was I really just kind of went to an email, and when I went to that email or the list of emails, I kind of found the youngest person that was working there, and I just looked them up. So I looked on their LinkedIn. I said, oh, this guy's kind of young. I can kind of probably relate to him. And I shot him an email. And when I shot him an email, when you do that, you want to just kind of show your worth. So what you can bring as far as to the table, like your value. And not only that, in that email, it needs to say, hey, who you are, who you represent, a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your career, and what you can bring to the table. So in your email, you need to be relatable. And really, you don't have to talk about yourself all the time. You can talk about things that you're doing, events that you're planning, and how you can bring their brand into your universe and create that value. And once you do that, of course, you might not get an email the first week or whatever, but you can reach back out. Don't ever hesitate to follow up. When I tell you the follow up is probably the key, most important thing to really just connecting and making and building that relationship, starting that relationship. That is the biggest key. I will tell you this, there's been plenty of times where I've known DJs that reach out to a promoter or reach out to a brand and they don't reach back. Well, they're probably busy with other stuff. But that doesn't mean you can't reach out 2 or 3 more times, be politeful and say, hey, I'm just checking in. Just wanted to send you guys some information on what I'm doing and how y'all can be a part. So the follow-up is the most important key. If someone doesn't get back with you within the first week or the second week, don't be afraid to send a follow-up. That's not kissing ass. That's just following up, trying to build that relationship. Sometimes people are busy. They're out of town. They're off for holidays. They're spending time with family. Don't take it as a disrespect. Just understand that you might not be important right now, but you could still be on their to-do list as far as replying back to emails. So the most important thing about the email is the follow-up. So don't forget to follow up. So how to be personable. When I said try to look for a person that you think you can have the most in common with, whether it's the age, background, see what similarities they have on their Instagram that you might like. Being personable means not really talking about business, talking about other stuff, whether it's your family, whether it's what you have going on, what type of music you listen to, what type of music they might listen to. Those are the type of things that really build a relationship, and it really has nothing to do with music or free. You know, you're just being a person and really just being a friend to another person. So when it comes to being a friend, you still have to show them, hey, you know what, I can add value to your company. And you really do that just by building the relationship, building that trust, kind of just saying, hey, you know what, whatever I tell you, I'm going to do. Whether it's I'm doing this charity event or I'm gonna throw this Facebook Live party and give away your free clothes or free whatever, you know, and just following through with that, letting them know, hey, this is what I'm doing and I will do this. And not only will I do this, I will show you the proof that I will do it. So doing all that and really just getting that out the way and being a friend. That's it. That's really how I build these relationships, keep these relationships. I have relationships with people that aren't even in the business anymore, but I still consider them as friends. So, you know, that's the biggest key to it, because I know for a fact wherever they go, they're going to bring our relationship to a different brand. So I might not reach out now about something, but as long as I keep that connection, I know if I did need something, they would really just look out for me. So definitely do those things, and I promise you it will help you. So let's talk about how you can actually obtain these free things. So the first thing you do is never ask for anything free. Never ask for anything free. Always try to build and say, hey, you know what I can do is I can offer my followers or whoever a discount code. That is probably the biggest thing that really just, it doesn't cost the brand, it doesn't cost the person you're talking to anything. They just make a code up, or you make the code up and you have the code, and then you present it to your followers, your fans, wherever you're at, whether it's on flyers, whether you're at the club and you're passing out your cards, on your, on your posts where you're sharing their clothes, and just say, hey, I would love to have a discount code. And then on top of that, I don't even ever ask for free stuff, I just buy it. So of course, for the first couple of months when I was really building this relationship with this watch company, I was buying watches. So even I was using the discount code, but when I was using the discount code, it wasn't a huge brand, but they made amazing watches, and the watches they had were turntable watches. So I knew it was very relatable to DJs that follow me, my DJ friends. So I would buy the watches first, and I would use my discount code, of course. And then from there, I built a relationship with the guy that worked for the watch company. And I said, hey man, this is going so well. What if we did a giveaway? So with that, then you can actually get the product and give it away, of course, to whoever. You do a giveaway. And once you establish that relationship, that trust, showing them that you can prove your value, they will start to send free stuff, or you can even ask for free things. So you never want to ask for free things right off the bat, because that just gives off a bad vibe. You're not really being a genuine person. And that's not, nobody wants to deal with that. Like, let's be real. Nobody wants to deal with if they coming up to you, rappers coming up to you and asking you to play stuff for free. That's not how it works. So you should already know not to do that to somebody else. So, you know, and just that backstory, I was getting boxes of free watches. I couldn't even wear all these watches, so I was really having parties or having promotional things to say, hey, you know what, click on this, follow me here, follow the watch company, and then you can enter to get a free watch. So that's how I built that relationship, and that's how I continue to build these relationships, whether with a clothing brand, Red Bull, watch companies, you know, record labels, whoever, other DJs. That's how you do it. So follow those things, whether it's definitely sending the email, what to send in the email, so the actual content to say, hey, you know what, it needs to have some info about myself, what I'm doing, and how I can add value to their company, and then also talking about other stuff in relatable emails, not even about the business. And then last but not least, never ask for anything free. Always try to work out how you can help them. And that way, I promise you, once you build that relationship, establish it, you'll get all the free shit you want. All right? Thank y'all for watching A Dime's Worth. I hope you guys enjoy this segment. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe. If you have any questions, anything that I can help any of you guys with, please leave it down below in the comments. I really appreciate y'all's time, support, and following, man. Thank y'all so much. And the reason why we're in this storage unit is because this is my storage unit. I actually have a couple of storage units, so we kind of just condensed one, and then we're gonna be shooting a bunch of material in here, doing also some other stuff as far as workshops. So that's why we're in the storage unit. You know, just follow us around, all right? Thank y'all for watching A Dime's Worth. Did you do your math today? Welcome to A Dime's Worth.